Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, or good evening, wherever you guys are in the online space. So, for those of you who are new to my personal Facebook page and YouTube channel, my name is Rosaline. I am a digital business owner and a mentor. So, today we are back again, and today we'll be talking about studying the grades. But before we dive into this topic, I would like to give a chance to my business partner to introduce a little bit about herself for our new viewers. Hi, Sister Teresa. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Sis Roslyn. Hi, everyone. Happy Friday and good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in this beautiful world. My name is Teresa. I'm a digital business owner and a mentor. And yes, we're here again in our other another topics of our 90-day challenge, and we're talking about studying the greats.
Yes, so studying the grades, have you ever wondered what makes people like Steve Jobs, Oprah, Elon Musk, and even your profession, like in your professional job, like heroes so successful? How did they become like that? It is about luck, talent, or something else entirely. The truth is like success leaves clues, and by studying that grades, we can learn how to replicate their habits, their strategies, the mindsets to create success in our lives, because of course they didn't wake up and become like that, you know. But why study the grades, they've walked the path before, like of course in their life, like they always start from the bottom, and for us, like, because we know how successful they are and how they become like that, because nowadays the basis in social media, they share everything. They share their strategy. Napanood mo ba yung mga ano sis, like how their interview, their podcast, how they become like that, and then their
They're
tricks.
yeah, they're yes, like they have a lot of challenges also. You know, like I said, they just want to know like they're not really that overnight they have that success. They has to there's a lot of root blocks when they get to that.
Yes, yes.
So it's just go ahead.
So like for us watching them, like uh instead of reinventing the wheels, like why not learn from them, and then just follow their footsteps, because like that's what we do in our business, really. We follow the very very successful in the online space of how they run their business and how they get there. Instead of reinventing the wheel, we'll learn from their mistakes and their wins, because all of us in our journey, there's always ups and downs, you know so like it's just the same, either they are like billionaires or the richest in the world, but they always like there's always the path how they get there. So like but not everyone are curious about, about their success, really, but for our viewers who are interested, to change their lives, their to from struggling, like living paycheck to paycheck, and to have that success, because that's a big success, because it's never, did you ever realize that before, like how they become so successful and why I can't?
Like you said, like they're not although when they get to be successful because of there's a lot of failures, and then when they
Yes,
got that failures or mistake they did, they they find a ways not they don't they don't carry that mistake to quit what they were trying to achieve. They continue and find a ways or find a solution. That's why they've been success because they never stop. They never stop looking for any strategies to be successful on whatever their goals.
Yes. So next is the inspired resilience. So
So
what do you think about this the inspired resilience, Teresa?
So why study the successful people or the greats? So they inspire resilience. The greats have faced failures, rejection, and toughness, but they persevered. Their stories shows us that setbacks don't define us. So like I mentioned before, that although they're successful, but they have a lot of roadblocks. There's a lot of challenges, setbacks. But it's not that being a setback that they will define you to stop whatever you want to do, but they keep continue,
Yes.
they're still consistent of what they want to achieve. So like in our business, for example, uh do we have a lot of challenges, especially with me. There's a lot of challenges in me, and I'm still like working on it. But I don't have in my mind. Well, I used to have that on my mind back then, but now I changed my mindset that whatever challenges I was facing now, I'm not gonna quit. I'm gonna keep going. And I know it's overwhelming to start new chapter, but it's you have to be focused in what you want and to achieve. So if
Yes.
there's a challenges, don't give up, just part that's a part to or it's a stepping stone to get to your what you wanna reach, or your goals or your plans or your dreams. So
Yes.
just focus on yourself and believe in yourself.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, we really faced a lot of challenges in life, in business, or at work. But
Mhm.
it's just a matter of, as what you said, how you faced and every challenges, every failures, rejections that we go through. Like when it comes to tough times. But it's just how you are you going to persevere or are you going to quit? That's just a matter of your decision, because in life there is so many, and there's those successful people. They look at those challenges or failures as the path, you know as you need. Sometimes we really need to go through that path because it teach us in every setbacks or failure or challenges, it make us stronger, that like it make us who we are in the big pictures in life. Minsan talaga kailangan nating dumaan yan sa mga pagsubok, lahat-lahat. Kasi like for example, like you go through so many challenges right now. Meron ding mga ano says mga I watch our millionaire minds masterminds, the this couple that they skipping a lot of in our training site, and in the end they have to go back from the beginning. Napanood because
um
they know what's going on. They know everything. It's just a basic. But in the end, they faced a big challenges in their business. They end up going back from the beginning.
Yeah, that's sometimes I can relate that though, because once you open the training, you think it's not important because all they do is just like all the subcategory, and like it's just for me. Like I said, it's just details, but they think that it's not really like necessary to go step by steps, but yeah, you're gonna learn it in a hard way, like me. I mean, I was not really step by step, but I didn't skip, but I was not really I didn't focus when I studied the training. It's just like I just read it but not understanding it. Like I
Yeah,
said, like you said, you cannot understand when you read if just one time. You have to go back and relearn it, and focus on what you're gonna,
yeah.
especially on the training, the study.
The first time we go through, we don't really understand much. The
You
second
don't.
the second time we can pick up things. The third time, that's how you, for my for my, personal experience is, the third time, that's how I really understand, and then it makes easier than the first and second times that I go through, you know. But yes, that's part of learning process, yun na nga,
Yeah.
sa mga successful dito in life, na grabe po ang yung ano nila is they keep repeat and repeat and repeat of what they are doing, because that's how you improve every time you go through that process. So they provide a blueprint, like from daily habits to decision making strategies. Studying the grades can help you build a solid foundations for your journey. So yes, we already mentioned that earlier, that it really, it really leaves us blueprint, like for me, that's why for me personally, sis, is in our business, diba? Why not just follow them, their footsteps? So
Mm-hmm.
it's easier, really, because the best part in our business is they already give us everything, you know the only
Mm-hmm.
thing we do is to take it and apply it.
Apply it.
There
It
is
just
there's people, why not just follow the steps?
you want to do a shortcut
Right,
and
right.
fast, you know. You know when you do a shortcut, it ends like a long cut.
Yeah, when you do
So
something, you end up failing.
it's like when you said they provide blueprint, it's like you're like building a house or building a
Yes,
huge, engineer. They have You cannot build a house if you don't have a blueprint. So that's what all those success people, they leave a blueprint for us to follow,
yeah.
because
So
without that, like without the blueprint, all this engineering people, they cannot build a house. We don't have no guide, not
yeah,
guidance and stuff. So just the same thing in our business, like there's always a blueprint for all the successful that people that, especially in our weekly Zoom meeting, all these coaches and stuff, they shared and they tried their best to share what they learned, and
yeah,
for
they share.
us to make it like, I know some of them, they have experienced different steps when they started it the hard way. So now they want to learn it from us. They combine everything so they want, so for us, they want this experience what they experienced before. So
Yes, true.
that's also like a blueprint for us in our business, for us to grow, and our 10 months program.
It's just up to us. How are we
Mm.
going to take it and apply it into our business? So yeah, it's very important, like don't turn the wheel, or whatever you call it, reinvent. Just
Right.
follow it, and or maybe you can do it better in your way,
Or
like
you
if
can tweak it a little bit.
break it a little bit, yeah, right, but don't reinvent it, because half of going to the right path, enough stuck and it will take longer. So what can we learn, like first is, let's say, discipline and focus. So what do you think about this number one, sis, of what can we learn in this topic?
Discipline and focus. So I did mention that discipline, but
Yes.
I know. See, do you know? Do you think those people that be successful, they sleep 8 hours, 10, 12 hours a
We
day?
don't.
No, they're not. So that's why sometimes I think of myself, if I'm just gonna keep sleeping, do you think my business gonna grow? Or if I don't show up in my business, I won't have any, business going on the every single day. So you have to be focused and stay consistent, like for posting, I know I'm not really good in posting, but there's a lot of way how to strategize, how to post. And even I'm busy because we're still working in our full-time job. And especially right now, we're working 12 hours. So our time is very hectic. So to be consistent on your posting on your Facebook or any platform, because we use the social media to we leverage the social media to share our business. So if you don't have time, if you're busy parents or anybody that are always busy, you have to find a way to be consistent, you know. There's a
Yes,
lot of strategy, like there's you can schedule posting when the time that you're have plenty of time on that certain day. You can schedule ahead of time, you know.
yeah,
So it's really important to have a discipline. That's really there is discipline, because if you don't have discipline, you go this way, zigzag. Sometimes, like I said, you're not gonna, you're not gonna focus on what you're doing if you don't have discipline yourself. So
yes, it's
ganyan talaga ang buhay pag wala kang disiplina, yun, mawala ka na sa mawala ka
yeah,
sa landas ng yung patutunguhan.
yeah,
Yeah.
prioritize things. It's very
Mm.
important. Hindi naman siguro lahat tayo in our 24 hours that we are running all the time. Meron naman tayong, like times that we are sitting, and while we're sitting, why not doing our posting, di ba? So, and then, or like whatever you were doing, like I would say in our business, di ba sis, napaka-importante as what you said to have a discipline and focus. Kasi, here, nobody is going to do your business. We all are independent entrepreneurs here. It's just how are we going to, I mean, if we ask ourselves how they become so successful and how come mine is not, but we have to ask ourselves, what did we do that what successful did that we're not doing? Those people, it may be not in business or in other journey, they don't sleep 8 hours. I believe Donald Trump or any other successful like Elon Musk, they sleep like 4 hours. But they are
They don't, like I said, they're not like having
yes,
a they're not worried about their beauty sleep or
like
or they.
in our business, we have to pre-testing. For example, meron tayong kids. When they take a nap, that's our time to open the training and then do the posting and do your go live. I
I
mean,
know
like,
sometimes we are not like I said, we have to take care of our health too, but there's a way that at the same time we can get our time for in ourselves, our sleep and stuff. But we need to, like you said, at least we have to, like, time management for all
yeah,
this.
but yes, yes. What for me is if you want to be successful, you really have to focus and have discipline for yourself and to push your business. It may not be business or in any journey of life. Kasi
Mm.
pag wala is you keep wondering. Well, you keep the wanderer around and try to be successful. But if without that, I don't think you will get there.
I think we said sacrifice.
Yes, that's very
That's
important.
one.
You know, um,
Discipline and
here
sacrifice.
here in our business is we really need to have a discipline, focus, prioritize things, and be consistent in our tasks, in our daily activities in the social media, since we're dealing with social media.
Mm-hmm.
Yun
It's
na nga,
true.
yun na nga yung sinasabi natin is lahat nandiyan na. Lahat, we are using the same platform as everyone in the community, and how they become so successful and how come we're not. Like for example, ask that to yourself. For our viewers that are business owners, ask that to yourself. How these people become so successful and how come I am not? Look at the way how they manage their business. You know what I did before? I stalked them, how they do the posting, how they do the go live, how they do the interview, how they become so successful, and how come I'm not doing that. So like that's the tips. Like there's so many people here in our community. The only thing you have to do is to follow them. What explore around, like explore our community, explore other people, how they become in that how they achieve their milestones, because a success didn't happen overnight. You really have to do the work to be able to become successful in anything.
Yeah, that's why they always said like when they show that they're successful, they always in have the disclaimer that they're not be successful in just not doing anything, but
Yeah.
they put time and effort to to be
Yes.
successful.
That is very
So
important, like no excuses, because the more you make excuses, the longer for you it takes to be successful and get out of your comfort zone. Ay, minsan talaga sis is na hobby yung grabbing excuses. Ang dami, make a list from 1 to 100 excuses. Instead of making excuses, do the work.
mm,
Do the work. Of course, discipline, it takes time.
it takes time really,
Yeah,
especially when you're used to it, when when you're used to it, your routine. So slowly you have to take away
practice.
that, yeah, take away that staying comfort in your house or wherever. Just slowly change that habit,
Yes, it's
because
true.
I know, like I said, it's really hard to change your habit, but
Yeah.
if you want to try to improve your lifestyle and change that bad habits what you're doing right now, just do it slowly but consistent, because
Yeah,
that
and
way.
yeah, you will get there. Just takes
Mm-hmm.
time. Discipline will develop in time. You have to keep practice. It's just working out. When you go to the gym in the first day, you don't see muscles when you come home
Yes, you are just.
in your dream. You work out every day. After like
Yeah,
6 months, you will see an improvement.
just
That
don't do a shortcut.
no shortcut, because as what I always said, in my when I used to train someone, I always said, when it comes to you workout, you also have to watch what you eat. You know, if you want
Mm-hmm.
result. I said you can lie to me, but you cannot lie to yourself. Your body shows.
I think that's what you shows what you eat. Was it? What you eat, what you are. I can't remember that term,
It's
but
I
yeah.
like for example, you put them on diet that this is what you eat and this is what we're going to exercise. So that to be able to work these two, you have to work both. If you are working so hard and you're eating all those, that is, I say no, 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 because high of sugar. Oh, good
So
luck.
sometimes their mentality is like this. Oh, I'm already exercising, so I can burn fast. But that's not really how that works, though.
Right, right.
Because I think I learned some of the videos that I watched to be like how to stay fit. Like sometimes, like even though you're working out, like I said, food and you have to watch your, like say, your diet and the food that you intake, because it's useless if, even though you exercise and then you're not gonna stop eating 12
Yeah,
dozen donuts.
and this you keep in fitness in workout. You go to the gym for 30 minutes and you eat like nonstop. You eat those donuts, those soft drinks, those whatever. It could happen that instead of losing weight, you gain.
You
Instead of
gain.
getting fit, you will gain double as your size, because after you work out you are so hungry. If you
Mm.
shove that food after food and all the food that you see that it's not even good for your body, before you realize you'll be double size. So
That's
yeah,
true.
it's really important. It's really important, but discipline and focus on things that not just in health and fitness. I would say that it really takes times, and you really have to make that decision, because alam mo sis
Hmm.
that my mind, I could not focus on one thing. I have so much going on in my mind.
Like you're everywhere.
My mind is wonder. I call that like why I can just focus. So when I what I did, I start writing it down, and I
Hmm.
start to write it down and keep track of what I'm doing, because that for me, for our audience who are gonna be watching this, if your mind is like mine before, that wonder, I cannot focus on one thing. Write it down and think and read that every day, and make that decision that you really have to do the work to be able to apply to to achieve your dreams. And the next is mindset and vision. Big think big, believe in yourselves, and surround yourselves with positive people. um for our viewers, are you limiting yourself with small thinking? Like, for me, this is how I look at this. If I'm have this dream, might as well make it big. Right? Why not make it big, before you realize you get your dreams, and then you said, oh no, this is not enough. So
Yeah,
dream.
like in our Zoom meeting, like if you wanna dream, you have to dream big. Why you wanna dream small if you know if it's easy to get it? So why dream big?
Yes,
So
so
yeah,
dream.
just aim high because the more you have big dreams, and the more you motivated, and the more you do you do uh things that get that done, or achieve that dreams.
Almost is ang natunan ko dito, really, in our Zoom meeting or in the podcast that I've watched, those successful entrepreneurs, is really mindset is very important. So they said, like, instead of, 'di ba, yung iba is, kumbaga, not yet, I will get there. Yun sila, yung sabi nila, if you want something, put the emotions that you already have it. Think that you already have it, because the universe will send that to you, instead of thinking that, like, it's coming, or I'm not there yet. You will always be not there yet. So if you think that you are already in that destinations that you achieve that you dream in life, put that emotions, keep doing over and over before you realize you are there. It will happen. And the vision and visualize yourself. Yeah, mindset and visualization. It means visualize yourself that you are already there. Like, for example, our goal here in our business is to achieve our biggest milestones. But they said, like, don't think that, there is pathway, of course, to get there. But put in our mind, like, for me, like, you put your mind that you are already there, the golden milestones that we want. And then how you act, how you share your journey, and how you help people, and how you share to other people, it's just a matter of time. You will get there before we realize. It's true, alam mo sis, na-experience mo ba to? May not be in business, but in other things in life.
Yes,
I
I
think you
always, yeah,
I
I always, how was that?
I think you did. Like, remember when bata ka pa, di ba? Alam mo, gusto mo
Yeah,
yun.
that's what my dream, and like going abroad,
And then
and
now you're
yeah,
there.
and now it's happening. Like I said, that was back when how old I am, like in a grade school. Imagine my mind was not, and I didn't even know what mindset is, but my dream is just for me to when I grow up, I like to go abroad, and for me, it's just like like I said, I never really think of it, but it happens.
You won't
So
happen
all
overnight. Yes, but it will.
yeah, when like I said, when the reason why I was thinking that way because like when we're young, especially we live in the Philippines, like our family situation, that's what makes me dream that I want to go abroad and help my family. So yes, that dream is accomplished, and but I'm trying my best to help them whenever I can, because sometimes you cannot really help them if you cannot help yourself first,
It's true, yes.
because it's not good that you trying to help them but you're struggling. So you have to be honest, that not we're here that in our abroad that we have plenty of money to help them. We can help small things, that's really necessary or important, especially for emergencies. Yes, and I can help that. But at the not really like I can fulfill their necessities that is for me. I will try, I will try. So yeah, that's my dream when I was that the vision that I can
Yeah.
come in abroad.
It won't happen overnight, but it will happen.
Yeah.
It's like in anything that we do in life, it won't happen overnight, but as long as you put time and effort to achieve, and you have to work on that of getting your dreams, it will happen, and we really have to be patient here. Be patient and have faith and believe in yourself that you can do it, because nothing is impossible in life. It's the skies is the limit. Like, you can get what you want, you can be what you want in life. It's just, are you willing to work for it to get there? So
Just keep dreaming, because sometimes if you don't, you're not, you won't be able to do it unless you have a dream. Because if you don't, you're just gonna be stuck wherever you are, and you're not gonna have motivation to do so, to achieve that
dream,
dreams if you don't
yeah,
have any. If you only
dreams.
yeah, if you only satisfy whatever you have now, then that will be your life, what you want the rest of your life, you
So
know.
dreams take actions and willing to do the work. So it's very important in anything you're doing in life. So next is adaptability and innovation. So ano po masasabi mo dito, sis?
So, all the success people, what they do is they adapt the changes, and they learn every single time. They never stop learning. Even they're successful
They
because
still
it
learn.
yeah, that's like sometimes that's why our sometimes our mind that we say, I'm already successful, I don't need this thing.
Yeah.
But every single day all this technology changes, updating any single time, so you have to adapt as a successful business. You have to adapt all the changes, and
Yes.
start and learning, because it's really, I mean, if you're like, for me, I'm not really a computer savvy, you know but since that I have a digital business, I have to learn. You cannot just forget that I'm not doing it. But if you're in this business, you have to learn. It's
Yes.
not really hard to learn, because there's step by step to learn how to get all this different platform to in order for you to use to share your business. So yes, like you need to adapt the changes and learn that way.
Yes. And in anything in life, you can learn.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the
Yeah.
willingness to learn. That's very important.
Yes. Yeah, you
So
have to like sometimes, like, that's what we're looking for in here in this business, that our business partner that were willing to learn and they're
cool.
coachable.
Yes.
That's what most of the you need your qualities to be a business, and in this online business to be, you have to have that personality.
Yeah, it's true. So that's very important, is be coachable and willing to learn in anything. It may not be in business, in anything that you are doing in life. As long as you are willing to do the work and willing to learn, nothing is impossible. You can do it. So next is how to start studying the grades. So ano po masasabi mo dito, sis? There's 3 steps that we could share here.
Okay, for us, it's just like if you really don't know these people, I'm pretty sure that most of them, like all you always find the who's really a billionaire or millionaires in this world. So you have to look for it and then try to read all their biographies, and watch their interviews, because I know, like now there are people like to interview and share what their backgrounds, how
Yes.
they
Yes.
their strategies, their steps, and how they want to ask how they get them to be successful, and follow their routines, and also apply their lessons in your own life step by step. So where you're not gonna like, if you wanna, say example, if you have one person that you wanna follow, you cannot follow them like entirely what they're doing. You have to follow what really comfortable for yourself, then apply that in like a routine, a simple steps. That's more
Yes.
important, there is to apply that every single day, small steps at a time, because if you want to do it, like if you're gonna do it like uh in like one time, then you're gonna be overwhelmed, and you're gonna end up tired, and you want to give up. So
Yes.
don't get yourself really like stressed on doing things that you want to follow the other the people that successful business people. You have to think of yourself too. If I can do this, I'll find a way in a small steps to improve my life or myself to get to that area or my or your journey to be successful.
Yes, so it's true in our businesses, yung ma-share ko dito is, like what I did based on my experience was I I stalk them on social media. Like I watch the interviews. That's what you said. We have a masterminds here that, like, since from the beginning. So I rewatch all those replays and their interviews, and then I follow the routine, like how they do their business, and then um how they do the go live, their posting, the way they interview, and then I make a decision to start doing it, because the hardest part in life is the first steps. The first steps, but first is you have to make a decision. You have to make that decision that you are willing to commit to be able to succeed. Because without a decision, you will still be a wanderer. Like I, based on my experience, I learned that also on the hard way. So, and then you have to apply that step by step. No, for me, you cannot really just follow, listen all those what they're doing, but without,
Mm.
sometimes there is uncomfortable that we really have to, like yung sa akin is interview. I really make that decision to do go live interview to our business entrepreneurs, the digital entrepreneurs in our inside community, to reach out to them. Kasi for me, it's good to have streams, the people, the entrepreneurs sharing their journeys, because there is no overnight success. They are not there, didn't wake up, become so successful in life. So I really have, and that was the hardest part, that get out of my comfort zone to reach out to them. And of course, I was very, very shy, and then
Mm.
I reach out to them, and then I watch those people who make an interview and how they do it, what kind of questions. So I copy the questions and I do it, and I watch over and over again until I finally made the first go live interview. That, that was the hardest. I was shaking. But yes, very in the beginning, in anything you're doing in life, it's uncomfortable. But as what Sister Teresa mentioned here, how to start studying the greats is read their biographies, watch the interviews, know them, their history, how they become successful, and what is their why, why they start the business, learn from them, at saka ask yourself, what is my why did I start this
Mhm.
business, what really I want in life. Then follow the routines, like the routines of their posting, how consistent they are, and then
Mhm.
how they do go lives, where are they going when they do go lives, and then in their home, how they present themselves when they do go live, and look at yourself, how am I gonna do this? Because we cannot follow how they do it, because that is not authentic, you're not being real.
Mhm.
So instead, ask yourself, how am I gonna present myself in my way, in
Yeah.
your way of doing, you know and then apply that in your life. That's what I said, like, you cannot copy someone really, but what you do is you learn from it and you apply into your life step by steps in your own way. So our purpose here is to be authentic, be what you want to be, because mahirap po pag you are just copying someone and be fake and not real to yourself. It's hard, it's not easy to just everyday copying someone, but instead be real and apply what you learn step by steps. Ang dami kong natunan talaga di, pero that was the hardest part, sis. That was the hardest part of my life. So next is
Yeah.
Liz. Yes, go ahead, sis.
No, no, I just like I said, that's really hard because when I interview for me, I was shaking, and the one person, the other business from UK, she interviewed me. For me, I was just nervous. Like sometimes you have to ask though, why you feel nervous in front of the camera?
Yes.
Sometimes you have to ask yourself for that, and just stay confident, that we're
Yeah.
not really perfect in here. We can just share whatever we can share in our journey, and we have to be true to ourselves, that and
Yes.
to our audience. We're not pretending that, even though we're mumbling, we're especially in our language, that our English is not our first language.
Yeah.
Sometimes I know that's the first thing we are challenging, is that our language.
Mumble.
Because yeah, because most of the time they think like, why you speak English, you're not really good in English, and sometimes you have to practice. You cannot really fluent in English if you're not learning, you're not speaking on it, you're not using it every single day. If you're gonna use your language every single day, you're not gonna improve your English. Something like that, you're not gonna learn. If you watch TV with your own dialect, how you gonna learn English?
Yes.
So sometimes when I, like I said, sometimes when I came here, I know my accent, my pronunciation. Like I said, I regret because I never really listened to my English teacher back home, back when I was in college. But now I realize that English grammar is more important to learn. But yes, I learned in a hard way in learning English. But for me, as like I said, time comes, we always gonna improve ourselves. Um,
Yes. That's why you
just
said we're not
keep,
perfect, no?
yeah, just
Some
keep reading, and use your English whenever you want. Don't be shy if you're not understand. Sometimes I feel bad if I don't stand the words because of that. Sometimes I feel shy that I pretend that I understand. I mean, I was thinking of myself, if I pretend that I understand, and then when they ask me again and I really don't understand what th're talking about, it could be like a like be shy for me, like it's not good. So for me, I just like, okay, I don't care if you laughed at me, but I want to ask it because I don't really understand the words. So they really nice that they will explain it to me, but something like I said, don't pretend that you're not. You have to be honest
Yes.
in,
No, don't, for me, don't be afraid. We're not here to be
mm-hmm.
perfect. If, for
Yes.
example, for example, there's the words that we can't understand. Obviously, English is not our first language, so you have to tell
Mm-hmm.
us. And those people who laugh at us, for me personally, can you speak my first language? No. Then you have no right to laugh. You know, at least we know how to speak the second language, because some people they only know how one language. So that's how I look at. For me personally, that's how I don't look at those negative people and who laugh as as um as like I am shy to myself because I don't understand. No, sis. I always said, well, I am so grateful and smart enough to know your language.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, and then because I always said, if you laugh at me, try to speak my language and I will laugh at you because you don't know one word.
Yeah, when I came here, I was like, well, first year when I started working, and then all the people that around me, that for my coworker, they never really speak English, and there's one person, he was talking to me, a mechanic. And then I respond, I talk, but you can see my accent. And then he came to me, I was wondering, where did you learn your English? And I look at him and I was like, my country? I said, oh, do you learn English? He said, yes, we learn English, but we never speak English. We just learn all those grammars, quick grammars, past tense, whatever. But we never speak that. I can understand, but I'm not really fluent, you know it's like, oh, okay, because I was just wondering, because your English he was comparing other people, how my English, because most of them are in different countries, Asian countries, and they never speak English. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's like, for me, it's just like I said, just
It's
be,
hard. Not
it's
easy.
hard.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
for me personally, this is how I look at, like, in the beginning it's normal that we are shy, but I learned in life, that why would I be shy to myself, you know? So I learned to defend myself because, of course, as what you said, that people would bully, sometimes they laugh at us or anything that we could react. So one time I really had to confront someone and I said, can you speak one word in Filipino? They said no. I said, then you have no right to laugh because you know why? I am smarter than you because I can speak your language.
How many
Yeah.
language you speak?
Huh?
Three. Tagalog and Visayan, right?
Yes. So for me, like those people, for me, for our viewers who are here, don't be yourself, you know? Minsan, magkamali tayo. Yes, we are not here to be perfect. But you learn from that. And the more you make mistakes, the stronger you become in life.
Mm-hmm. And the more you learn, you know,
Yes. So
because when
try.
people when someone's correct me or for a net, I won't take that for, an offense.
Yes,
I
learn
just
from.
grateful. I'm grateful that you care. Thank you
Yes,
for
same.
because that way that's how you're gonna learn though,
Yes, me, I'm very open to the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
I want to learn because it's better. I don't take any offense or like look at that in negative way. I like them to teach me so I know, and because that's how we learn from it. That's what you said,
Yeah,
and yes, just for me, minsan talaga sis, pag nahihiya na, hindi na magsalita.
true.
But but
Yeah, because
you learn.
I experienced that. I experienced that because when somebody say, I'm sorry, I don't understand you, and I keep explaining, and then if they don't start my English, so I just gonna be quiet,
Yeah,
and because
I
I'm shy,
observe
I
that.
don't wanna.
I observe that sis, but I realize in my own experience that's not how we learn. If the more you quiet, the more you just our purpose is to practice and practice and practice and eventually to speak in fluent, like
Mm,
the more we practice, the more we make mistakes, the more we improve ourselves. So that's how other people don't realize that the more you make mistakes, the more you improve. Every day we learn. So, yun po ang natutunan ko sis kasi dati kasi is mahiya ako magsalita kasi what if it's wrong? What if I wrong?
mm-hmm.
What if I offend them? What if, pero it's overthinking. It's just my mind. Ang daming what if. For example, say someone is sitting next to me, I said, oh my God, what if she's gonna ask me questions? And I already prepared that she gonna ask this, she gonna ask that, how am I gonna respond? But really, someone sit next to me and they just ask anything.
And for me, the only thing really worried me, that keep me thinking all the time is like my pronunciation. You know how you pronounce the word. Sometimes you don't understand like how, yeah. That's the only thing. That's my weakness is the pronunciation.
You can practices, you'll get
So
there.
because like I said, I don't really share. I don't have a lot of conversation when I would grow up. Just
Same.
by myself. So.
We don't use English too back home. So really, as what we you said, you learn from school, but we never applied it in our daily.
Mm.
This is in our
Like
daily
when
life.
when
For
I when I left in college back on 2021, 20, no wait, 22 or something like that. They started to use their English inside the campus. Like
yes, in
every
college. Yeah.
like if you're in the campus, you cannot speak our own dialect. You have to speak English because all of professor whatever they're watching, and they're listening and stuff. So yeah, that's what they have them back when I left there, and that'll be
In
good though for a practice.
Yeah, well, in my college when I went to school, the inside the subject they teach in English in everything, but then
Hmm.
of course outside we speak our language, but
Yeah.
inside the room the teacher speak English in every subject that they teach.
Oh yeah,
So
the same thing, but that was the new policy there that they have to speak inside the campus. After that, outside the room, classroom, it's all inside the campus. We have to speak
wow, no,
English.
we don't do that.
But I think it's a good training though. As
It's
it's
a
I
good
think it's a good training. It's a
It's a
good
good
training,
practice.
for all the students when like that, especially if you're a major in English, you're a major in if you're a teacher, you have to, because English is really kind of like needed in other countries.
Not just in other countries, it's pretty much I think in everywhere, that's why we
Mm-hmm.
communicate. Pero ang ibang countries is hindi naman sila stretch out, stress out tungkol dyan. Kasi
No.
sila, if you are coming here, then it's your problem. If you come to my country, it's your problem how to communicate with us. Diba?
Exactly.
So by in our country, we're really stressing out to know, to learn more, but other people don't appreciate that. For me, they should appreciate that because that is our effort and hard work to communicate other people, in the same language. Yung iyo, di ba? Yung iba, they will laugh at you, but they don't really get what really the main purpose here. We
Like even like even in our language though, we have to speak in our own in our national language, because if we don't, some of our areas we can even speak in their own dialect,
yes,
like
and
Visayans, and there's a lot of dialect in our country, and
yes,
you have to speak in one language so we
yeah,
can understand each other.
you know what, they don't get it, sis, that like they don't look at it in a good way, the us we are trying to communicate with them, no
Mm-hmm.
knowing that we are not from here, right? So for me, I
Yeah.
look at that as wow, I'm so proud of this woman. I am impressed because she is not from here, but she practiced and learned herself to communicate our language so we can talk to them, so we can understand each other, diba? So people should look at that way, it's good. Make a word better. So next is let's discuss, like of course of what we're talking, who inspired you the most and why. That's what we mentioned earlier that uh ask yourself. You really ask yourself self and then research because nowadays we are living in a social media. Everyone is sharing their journey, their success, how they get there. Who inspired you the most? Study them, stalk them, and then watch how they do interview, watch the path for them to be successful. In our business we have that, but in anything in life or what you're doing, if you want to change something, if you want to achieve something, that's the how you the I mean strategy or the tips that we can give you. What one lesson you've learned from a successful person that has stuck with you? Yung part for me is yung, di ba ang dami naman, for our viewers, you can relate to these questions because madami. If you are
Mm-mm.
in our business, madami po yung yung natutunan ko is never give up, never give up on your dreams. Keep pushing and work until you get successful. Giving up is a failure. That's the moment that we call you a failure once you do decide to quit. But never
Mm-mm.
give up on anything in life if you want to achieve something. Remember, success isn't about copying someone in someone's life. It's about applying it into your life and how you present yourself and how you in your own way to become successful as well. It's just success, you get inspired and you want to do it in your own way. Life is about using their lessons, using someone's lessons to build your own unique path. If they can do it, so can you. We all can. We have the opportunity, we have the power to do it. It's just the you have to make that decision. So is there anything else you want to add on, sis, before we end our go live? I think we're almost an hour here.
I think so. So yes, like I said, we're not in our go live. We're not really talking about our business, but we have our free live webinar every Tuesday and Thursday, 5 p.m. PST, and also if you're busy working parents or anybody, we will have a replay info if you register your name in our link in front of the screen, and you can just watch it whenever you have time, because it's 20 minutes long. So yes, if you're interested, we can just reach out for us, and we're here to help you and guide you whenever on this journey. It's just all you need to do is take action. Single steps. Register your name and email address, and we send you all the information you need to know. And yes, and you can just study and think if it is deep for you or not. Then we're just gonna be here and waiting for you to you know so yeah, I just like I said, it's just it's a free registration.
Yes.
So all you
So
do is just register your name and email address.
So yes, you hear that right. The only thing you have to do here is to register for free into our website, and then after you registered, watch the the recording 20 minutes, the full of highlights. Although it's basic, if you want to know more in
Mhm.
details, follow the steps. So yes, we are here. We are doing our daily go live task in our 6 month program. But of course, the purpose here is for us to be confident more on camera, practice and be consistent and be who we are, of who we want to be, to show everyone here. But although this is our choice, this is
Mhm.
not like
Mandatory.
yes, you can run your business successfully without doing of what we are doing here. So you have to really make that decision, because your success is in your hand. You make the decisions, take actions, then registered to find out more of what we're doing here, because we don't talk about the business, but hopefully you learn something from us. We shared a lot of informations here that you can have takeaways and applied into your life. Although we are sharing our journey, our experience, our life, we are not an expert, but what we're
Mhm.
doing here, we try our best to share based on our experience. But if you really look and listen to what we are sharing here, there is a lot of important information that you can apply into your life. So thank you, everyone, and we will
Okay,
be back.
everyone.
Take care and